One thing that I was really impressed about at the city council meeting is the youth of Long Beach really got involved in this, and I think it's great where our high school students, middle school students have taken such an interest in the environment because they're our future. So let's talk about that aspect of, like, this young girl here being so excited that the bill passed. Let's talk to George about the impact of the youth of Long Beach getting so involved in this issue.
Well, we did have some very good success with the limited contact that we were able to have with the students. At being a political issue, the schools didn't want us in the school. But we did have some parents that we knew. Amanda contacted a friend of hers whose son was a high school junior at the time, I guess, and Finn Ashmead went into the high school and started a petition and got over 150 signatures just on his own, which was fantastic, seeing the youth get out and do it. Some of the other youth involved with Laura Swan and Stewards of the Sea did some fantastic artwork, which you can see in some of the pictures in the article. They have been very involved, and I was really heartened to see a couple of them speak at the rally that we held in July. They actually stayed and spoke to the city council of 14-year-old kids. And when 14-year-old kids talk to you about their future, they mean it. They really know. So that was really hard-hitting, and I think that was also a really good moment for our movement.
I just want to add, one of the Baggett screenings we did was at the MLK Center, and it was, just because of the time of the day and the circumstances, it was actually mostly children in the audience, and some of whom had no idea that there are 5 gyres of plastic in our oceans. I mean, this was all new information to them, and that were almost moved to tears when they realized that there is wildlife out there that's dying because they're ingesting plastics. All of the all the information we gave them was new to them, and you could just see the passion in them to rally to do something about it. And I think that's the spark we've seen in all of the kids that we've interacted with, that we've shown the movie to, or that we've had do art builds with Laura Swan, is they're enraged even more than adults are about what's happening in our environment, and they really want to do something.
I think that's great. And you guys have really had an amazing year. Another thing I want to touch upon is, this is great, but I think another thing you guys had a very big impact is your activism, writing letters, having meetings, stopping the LNG project. So you guys, your activity, your raising awareness has made a monumental difference. Talk about the impact of having the LNG project shut down. The fact that your impact with all that was great.
Okay, well, the LNG project was the thing that we never wanted to do, right? We didn't want to deal with that. We didn't want to have to deal with it, but we did. And luckily, when a few of us had gotten together, that campaign actually got some of the relationships together that came into this campaign. And that was a really solid grassroots movement. We didn't have a lot of help from outside groups for that campaign. But Surfrider came together with All Our Energy, a few other groups, Sane Energy Project, really helped turn out and really bring the issue out beyond Long Island to the rest of New York State. So like this campaign, I think that we had something like 25 meetings and events and discussions, and luckily the governor vetoed it. We didn't know, but he did, and we're very thankful for that. I'm really thankful for the group of people that we have. But I will say the highlight for me was during the final hearing at the Long Beach Hotel. After all of the activists had spoken and all of the organizers had spoken and all the officials had spoken, nobody was left to stand up to speak, and they asked, does anybody else have anything to say? And with that, one by one, people came up, just residents of Long Beach who were not activists and were not involved in issues like this. And it was such a powerful moment to see just everyday people out and saying, this is my town, we need to keep it as it is, we don't need the danger, and they actually just took action to do it, and that was great.
So, and that meeting Tuesday, that had to be the utopia. That had to be such a great feeling, and I imagine the three of you guys just on such a high that it passed, and your hard work has paid off. So this must be just such a great feeling that all your hard work, all your hard efforts, all the meetings, showing of the films, and the fact that Long Beach is the first in Nassau County, I think makes it even more special.
Yeah, this is really exciting. I mean, back in July when we ran our Plastic Free July month, we had hoped that it was on the horizon, but we weren't exactly sure. So seeing it become a reality so quickly was really great for us. And I mean, this is a victory for us who worked on it, but I think really the victory is for all of Long Beach. When we did our outreach for this campaign, whether it was, you know, standing on the boardwalk during the polar bear plunge or going volleyball court to volleyball court to talk to people about it and see what their feedback was, overwhelming majority of people were on board and really excited to see that something like this was moving forward. So, you know, again, it's a victory for everybody in Long Beach, and that's why it passed unanimously. It was an easy place to get it done, and just had to get the right steps in place to do it. There is still a lot of work to do, education and outreach, to make sure that people know what to expect, visitors know what to expect, and that the stores know how to handle different questions that people might have. But we're going to be here, you know, until it rolls out and afterwards doing that.
Right. Excellent.
Right. Let me just quickly say one quick thing about that is that I think I mentioned is that we really had the partnership of the Long Beach City Council and also the City Manager's Office from the very beginning. We educated them. They said, absolutely, you know, this is a great idea. So then, of course, there's just the process of making something like this happen, and that takes some time. But a year is actually a short amount of time to pass something like this. And I remember when my son was in 3rd grade, 2nd grade, they got a question like, "What would you do to make the world a better place?" or something like that they ask of young kids. And his answer was, "I would get rid of all plastic bags." And I remember thinking, that's easy to do. We can do that, and we can do that here. And then we did it. So you're right. I was elated. It is utopia for activism.
Yeah, I'd like to also add, I think that that you did touch on it, which is that the Long Beach City Council understood and they got on board right away, and it was and it's because of a lot of reasons, because it's easy to see the problem here, but you know, we did do a lot of outreach. We spoke to every civic group that would talk to us, was emailed twice a month, 3 times a month about the campaign. Every official was kept in the loop of what we were trying to do. You know, the Chamber of Commerce was huge in getting involved with
Fran
this.
Adelson was there.
Yeah. And so you know, they actually were with us pretty much from the beginning. They did have a change in leadership, and it didn't change anything. It made it even stronger because there was just so many more people that were vocally in favor of what we're doing. So it was a community-wide effort. I mean, you know, we may have done a lot of the work, but there was such support that really made it possible. And I really do thank the City Council for taking action. You know, for sure. It did thrill me when Anthony Ramos said during his annual inauguration speech that he was going to make that a priority this year. And then when Eileen Goggin also took it on, we really kind of then knew it was really on the way to happening.
And how cool was Anthony Ramos' tie at the City Council meeting, which was made by his son, all natural, right?
All unnatural plastic bags.
Very cool. All right. Guys, I hope in the future you guys keep in touch with the show. Any issues or anything concerning the environment, because we're all about doing, you know, promoting anything good in the environment we want to promote. So we hope you guys keep in touch. And again, congratulations for your grassroots efforts, your fabulous work. And we're so happy to be there that night. And you guys, all of Long Beach should be so gratified for the great work you did making this happen. The first in Nassau County, so fantastic work. Let's have a round of applause.